is Jane Keddy, and I'm from Gloucester, Massachusetts. The name of the exhibit that you see here is Women's Work, and it's a way for me to hopefully portray different types of work that women have been doing over the last 150 years. I've been an artist most of my life, and I started out doing silk screening and printmaking on fabric, and then I went into printing on paper and doing fine art prints. And just recently, in the last 10 years, I've gotten back to textiles, which is my first love. And this exhibit is made up of vintage textiles combined with different photographs of women working through the ages and in different occupations.
All right, well, this is a great exhibit. You should come down. It's going to be up, what, the whole month of March?
Yes.
Yeah, come on down to Lawrence Heritage State Park. This is an easy exhibit to find. It's right on the first floor.
Right.
You got prime real estate here.
Yeah, I do.
So what we want to do now is we're going to look at some of these.
Okay.
So this, we just move this. All right, so the first one that we're going to look at is the maid.
Okay.
So what's the maid all about?
Okay. This is a picture of a maid at probably the turn of the century, the last century, washing stairs in a wealthy mansion, and it's placed on a piece of textile art that's all beautifully hand embroidered, that you don't find work like this very much anymore. So I've been collecting these antique textiles and combining them with the photos.
That is very interesting. All right, so the second one, we got my favorite food to eat with salt. Tomatoes pickers.
Yeah.
So explain tomato pickers.
I got this image from a postcard put out by the Smithsonian or some, sorry. Can I do that?
Tomato pickers, take two.
Okay. I got this photograph of these women in New Jersey in the 50s, and they were migrant tomato pickers. That was their job. And I wanted to portray them on a beautiful piece of antique lace. And in the background, this is a piece of my own shibori textile.
Very, very nice. All right, so the next one is Women in the Army, Land Girls.
Yes.
All right, hold on one second here. Let's get this a little different. All right, Land Girls.
Land Girls started in the First World War when the men went off to fight. They needed more workers on the farms to harvest the food. And they started the Women's Land Army, which also went into the Second World War, which is what most of these pictures are from. And they recruited women from the cities to come and live on the farms and harvest and plant the food.
All right. So the next one, my favorite one, and no, I don't agree with this, but I'm talking about the historical of it overall. The thing I would still love to use today would be a 1950s washing machine. One of the museums I'm in actually has a 1950s.
You mean with with
the tub and the roller?
Yeah, my grandmother had one of those. Washerwomen were used to do other people's washes in their own homes. They would take in laundry and wash it and iron it and return it to the customers. So you see women in different eras, and this one is from the 1950s where she's doing her own household laundry. And the background of this is an antique tablecloth, I think for a bridge club, because it has spades, diamonds, hearts, and clubs.
Nice.
embroidered, yeah.
So before we continue on to the next one, so what do you go around the different antique shops and stuff to collect this?
I do. I've been, yeah. And it's funny, they're very inexpensive. They're not as valued as they used to be. So,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
And then I noticed another one I missed, so we'll do that one
Yeah.
last. So the next one we're gonna do is quilters.
Okay. Quilters. This is something that.
Hold on one second.
oops.
Okay, go.
This is something women have been quilting for eons, often using old clothing that they cut up and repurpose into, quilts. And you see different groups of women working, Amish women. This was during the Depression. This is a beautiful quilt made by this African American woman, and this is a Native American woman working on a quilt. And the background is an antique quilt that was gifted to me.
Oh, nice. So just like anybody that collects, sometimes you
Sometimes
go,
says,
hey,
do you
just
want?
take it.
Yeah.
All right, the next one here is nurses.
Yes. And this beautiful cross-stitch background I just fell in love with and decided to use it for nurses. And they're nurses during different eras. This was World War I and II, and this is probably in the 50s and more modern. Mm-hmm. And this is actually my sister, who is a nurse.
Oh, okay. All right, and then the next one is seamstresses, which I don't think that's a long lost art today.
It is.
At one time, they were all over streets.
Yes.
Now go try to find the seamstress,
and it's difficult
for their service. It's you may be doing some traveling.
That's right. So this shows women at different eras doing seamstress work. This piece here is silk from a friend's jacket that she gave to me that I repurposed into the background for the quilts. For the seamstress.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And now the last one over here is lumber girls.
Lumberjills.
Lumberjills.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, that was during the Second World War, when women were asked to go in and harvest lumber for the war effort. So you see women in groups or doubles or singular going out and cutting down trees. And the background of that, when you see the leaves, that's an eco print, which is a method of printing on fabric that I do.
Oh, nice. Very interesting. All right, and then the last one on this side, and then we'll go to the other side. Hold on one second here. All right. All right, so what do we have here?
Here we have cowgirls, which back in the turn of the century or the late 1800s, there were a lot of girls who went into being cowgirls, herding cattle, and you can see different manifestations of that. This one is a more modern one. You see a woman with her young son on a horse, and down here a woman with her favorite dog.
Now, what kind of quilt is that? That looks like an
This is a beautiful, it's called cutwork, and it's a way to decorate the fabric by cutting and embroidering. And this was probably a bureau scarf.
Very nice. you.